Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to get back on the channel. Connan Murray, the Barbarian. Pleasure getting him on as always. Yeah, he's boxing tomorrow night at the Metrodome in Barnsley against Martin Shaw, and I believe you're boxing in a 6-rounder, am I right?
That's correct. Good to be back on the show. Back out in Barnsley Metrodome, and another 6-rounder to put in the bank.
But last time I had you on, I think it was a week or two after your fight with Edgar, because we got one on fight week and then one after, didn't we? So
Yeah.
how have you been? How have you been since then? And
Yeah, good. Good. Yeah, just been training hard, straight back in the gym. Literally straight back in the gym from the Monday. Keep ticking over, keep sharpening the tools, keep getting better every day.
I think you.
Fitter.
Sorry to interrupt. I think you did mention that you was going to fight in Barnsley in June in our last interview.
Yeah, that was what we were looking at. Yeah, we're looking at that just because Steffi's doing another show on the Saturday. It was that show. I do a lot of tickets, so because it was such a stacked show with we got Jimmy Joe fighting for a title,
Against Carl Boyd.
Dom Hunt fighting for a British title eliminator. We had Ellie fighting for I think it was an English title, and then we had Joe Gartside versus Willie rematch because they drew for the central area. So with all them on the card, the ticket allocation just wasn't there for me for the amount of tickets that I do. So we pulled it out, but now the show's sort of like there's a few of them fights not on now. So I could have gone on it, but we were just thinking ahead, being ahead of the game a little bit, and just going, right, there's a show the day before. Let's put you on that. You can get your tickets out, and you can get plenty of people to see you. So that's really why we went for the Barnsley show.
Yeah, am I right in saying is Joe's fight cancelled?
Yes, Joe's fight's cancelled, but obviously because that was a big fight, big
But
area
what
title
happened
fight.
with his fight?
I'm unsure really. I think Joe had already had a holiday booked after the fight, so it kind of like that clashed with his camp and stuff like that. So it just wasn't working timing wise for Joe. So I think that's getting rescheduled. A cracking fight, the first one. I do think Joe won the first one. I don't know if you've watched it.
I
I
thought he
felt
might have nicked it, but I do believe it was close, mate.
Yeah, competitive. I just, yeah. To be honest, I had Joe up quite a few rounds. I thought he convincingly won, but listen, as I said, your opinion, you've seen something different. Obviously, the judge has seen something different, and you can't really go against anything. It's fighting, and when it's competitive, it's hard to judge, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But that rematch, whenever it happens, I can imagine it's just going to be another. It's going to be another cracking fight, as they always do. Joe's
Yeah,
always a good
exactly.
fight,
Belter,
and that
belter.
Willie was done well as well. So it makes for a good fight. I think I had Joe up by 2 rounds, but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was close. You can't argue with the draw, and hopefully they run it back. And yeah.
It'd be great
Um,
to see.
yeah, will you be at? I mean, fingers. And what do you make of Jimmy's fight? Of course, the day after your fight on the Saturday, he's got a good fight against a good Scottish fighter who's a Scottish champion and a Commonwealth silver champion as well. So it's a very good fight for him against Kyle Boyd. Makes for a good fight, Jimmy v
Yeah,
Boyd.
great fight for Jimmy. I think it's got Jimmy's name written all over it. To be honest, I think he's with experience, getting through them sort of rounds and stuff like that. I have Jimmy winning that fight. It's always a little bit hard because he's a stable mate, but he looks in tremendous shape again. He's been training really hard. Um, Jace has been watching with a keen eye, making sure that everything's gone right. There's no stone left unturned in our lot. We've been training really hard, so I will do back Jimmy for that fight and take home add another title to the trophy case.
Yeah, so it's a big sort of weekend. Yeah, you and then Jimmy. Have you got? Didn't you mention somebody else in your gym's fighting?
We've got Connor Kelsaw in
Oh, boxing tomorrow as well.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
tomorrow
yeah.
as well. So yeah, we're all over the place, this
So
weekend.
your team is pretty much split into two, sort of
Yeah,
thing. Yeah. How do you feel before? I mean, yeah, we're here about you. We'll get on into your fight tomorrow. But before we talk about you, talk about Connor, of course. Oh my, it slipped out my head now. What belts he boxes? I swear he's boxing for a title, isn't he, against Connor Quinn?
I'm not sure what title it is. It's not the I'm
Might
not
be
sure.
Commonwealth Silver.
Yeah, I think something like that. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not too. I'm not. There's that many belts. I'm not really too
Oh, I
up to
get
date with
confused
how many
now.
belts there are. But yeah, yeah. I think look, Connor is an unbelievable fighter. His amateur pedigree is extremely good. Um, I mean, some fights you don't even see him turn up the gears, so it'll be good to watch him turn up the gears. Fight a kid that's obviously he's had a few stoppages. His opponent Quinn. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that fight. Hopefully, it doesn't clash with my fight, so I can watch it on the stream. But I'm looking forward to Connor. He's worked hard for a long time and he deserves his shot. And I think he's ready to pissing the cornflakes for the home fighters. I think.
The Battle of the Connors, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes for a good fight as well. Yeah, of course, you're boxing Martin, yeah, Martin Shaw, isn't it?
yeah. Martin Shaw, another six rounder to get in the bank. Obviously, this will be my third six rounder. Reason why we've gone for this one is because I'm fighting. We're doing a catch weight at 156. So I'm coming down again,
So
and
that's
that's
what weight's that? Super
it's
welter?
2 pounds. It's 2 pounds above super welter. So this was just a trial to see how I made the weight. Obviously, I've come down from light heavyweight, haven't I? So from
Oh
the
yeah.
start of the career. So we're coming down to super welterweight's quite a steady flow. So we just want to make sure the weights. I feel good at the weight. I feel strong. I feel great. I
Is this
feel
your first
unbelievable.
fight at super welter then?
Yeah, well, we'll call it super welterweight, but I'm 2 pounds out. But yeah, first fight, made the weight quite comfortable. A few little adjustments that I'll make to obviously make the official weight. Um, See how this goes. Very confident that's going to go very well. Um, so, so yeah, I think this will be where I'll be campaigning at in the super welterweight division.
Oh, good to hear, mate. And yeah, you did wasn't the weigh-in was earlier on. Did you have a face off with Martin? Was he there as well?
Martin was there. Martin was there. But we had
How
no
much did
face
he
off.
weigh in?
He weighed in the same. We agreed the weight. So we both come in at 156. I was 156 bang on. I think so was he. To be honest, might have been. I didn't quite listen to what his weight was. To be honest, it was just a small weigh in. It wasn't like a big busy venue, so we all jumped on the scales and sort of all went our separate ways. So I didn't really get much time to weigh him up or anything. It's just I don't need any of that. I'm good to go, ready to fight. That's the fun bit. As soon as I jumped on the scales, the fun begins, doesn't it? You get to eat a bit of food, get to load up. So
Have you
yeah,
refueled yet?
yeah, I've refueled, had a good few meals. Just keep chipping away now. Plenty of water. Yeah, just chipping away now. Putting a bit of weight back on. Being refueled and being nice and strong.
Ready for fight night, exactly.
That's it.
What do you make of Martin? Of course, he's had a few fights on the TV. He's had a few draws as well on the road. He's a tough, awkward operator, and he's slightly different from Edgar. I mean, they're different as most of your opponents. You fought quite a few of the top ones at the minute, so who were doing quite well. And yeah, Martin Shaw as well. Talk about
Yeah,
Martin.
yeah. I'm looking forward to fighting Martin. He's a bit more square on. So we'll be able to have a little bit more of a dance, have a fight. Do you know what I mean? Edgar was not really didn't. He was a bit on the back foot. Didn't really want to engage. Didn't want to trade any exchanges. So I'm looking forward to uh, fighting Martin and having a bit of an exchange, having a good do, showing off my power because obviously I couldn't really set my feet with Edgar. So I'm looking forward to setting my feet and having a bit of a trade off with Martin. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, have you seen weaknesses? Of course, he is durable, but he's been stopped on a few occasions where he sometimes goes where he gets hit and he turns and he gets I'm not muddling my words up. he sometimes walks onto one when he's square on sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. There's a few chinks in his armor. I'm hoping with the power and the pressure, I'll find them little dints and little chinks in the armor and get him out. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. As I said, hopefully get a bit of an exchange. It was a bit frustrating fighting Edgar.
I mean, no, I thought, I mean, I know we said in our interview before, but I thought, you set your shots up nicely and you weren't doing nothing silly and getting involved with what he was, trying to lure you in sort of thing. You stuck to your boxing and you looked good in that fight. And it's good that you're getting an opponent who's, gonna give it a good go. And he does come forward quite a lot. So hopefully, you get to show a bit more of your power and
Show
your
more a bit
strength
of the
in there.
barbarian.
Yes, that's it. That's it, mate. 100%. Um, yeah. How are you feeling? Of course, it's the night before the fight. Are you relaxed?
You know what? This is the most relaxed I've felt for a fight. I feel comfortable that obviously we've both made the weight. I feel comfortable in the new weight class. I feel like I've had an unbelievable camp. I've been under the watchful eye of Jace for the majority of the camp, and he's really put the time and effort into me. So I've had plenty of rounds of pads, plenty of rounds of sparring, loads of different lads. Some good up and coming lads that are coming up and turning pro, which is exciting to spend some time sparring. These lads are eager to impress. So yeah, I've had a really good camp. I feel amazing. I've made the weight comfortable. I'm ready to put on a show and start getting putting my foot on the gas a little bit and starting to show what the Barbarian's all about.
Do you feel like you're quite big for the weight at super welter? And do you feel like this is your what's the word, natural weight, would you say? Or
Yeah, I feel like
because
I'm
you
big for the
always
weight.
said that you were a bit, not to be rude, you did say you're a bit small for like heavyweight.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That was just getting my wings really, and just making sure that I'm boxing well and getting the rounds in. Now it's time to start putting exclamation marks on the fights. Now I'm in my own weight class and making the weight. I am big for the weight. I'm not big as in tall, but I'm very muscly for the weight. I'm stacked for the weight. Even when you looked at middleweight, when you stood me against Edgar, he was the same size as me, but I was twice as wide as him.
Yeah, and he's quite stocky for the weight as
Short and
well, isn't he?
stocky like me, yeah, exactly the same sort of like shape, but I was just a lot bigger and broader. You look at me on the next to him, I'm much bigger than him.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, so can we sort of what can we expect from you down at super welterweight and
I just expect a lot more a lot looser, more combinations, but carrying the power with the combinations, a lot faster on my feet, closing down the gaps really quickly, and second phase of attacks. So I'm looking forward to it. To be honest, I really am looking forward to putting a showcase on, and we're in talks for hopefully getting on the big screen again for my next fight.
ooh, that sounds good, mate. That's see,
Yeah.
I mean, if it's, I mean, I don't know who it is, but if it's Eddie Earn, I mean, I mean, if it is Eddie Earn, you impressed him last time, so
Yeah,
that
hopefully so. Yeah, so as I said, I don't like to jinx it, so we'll talk
cool.
about that when it's all booked, when we can see a poster. It's always very real when there's a poster out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so so get a good exclamatic win tomorrow, and then see what comes. But hopefully exciting news, and hopefully get back on the big screen.
100%. Well, fingers crossed, mate. Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. Wait, would you say this is going to be your final 6 rounds tomorrow night, or just see, what comes about and what happens?
We've discussed this is most likely going to be my last six rounder. So this is just to see how I am at the weight. Once that's all confirmed, once I put on a big show, which I'm going to do. Yeah, we're looking at we'll probably look at getting an 8 rounder in, and then let's get something added to the trophy case.
Oh yes, mate. Strap season, fingers crossed.
That's
Um,
it.
is Joe the weight below you? Well,
Yeah.
oh, it's just I thought about the central area, and then I thought, oh, is Joe at the weight you're at? So I got
Yeah,
confused.
no, no.
Sorry.
We've got fighters literally across this area, this weight category. I mean, you've got Lewis who's looking at dropping below lightweight. Then Josh Padley's just come to the gym now, so we've got Josh Padley in the gym
Oh,
who's
he's
lightweight.
boxing Chamberlain.
Yeah, yeah. And then you've got Jimmy Joe, obviously up another weight class, and then you've got Joe, and then you've got me. So we're all hovering around all consecutive weights. So we've got all the weight classes covered, really.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, taking over all of the weights, which is good, and
Yeah,
I'm sure in a couple months' time that your gym, fingers crossed, will be full of belts,
champions. Yeah.
champions. That's it. And yeah, um, for your fans who are going to come and support you tomorrow night, as always, tell them what time the doors open if you know, and what time the first fight is, and what time
Yeah,
you're.
so I do know when the doors open. Doors open at 7. Meals are served at 7:15, and the first fight will be at 8 o'clock.
And do you know what bout number you're on, or?
I'm bout number 3. There's 5 fights on. I'll be bout number 3. I didn't enjoy being last on last time I was at Barnsley. Everyone were gone when I come out. I like to thank everyone for coming.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. Oh yeah, do you wanna as what can fans expect from you tomorrow night?
Listen, a nice, explosive, loose, fit, in shape barbarian. That's what they can expect, and anything else, it will all be a surprise, won't
Yes,
it?
that's the main thing, mate. And have you got a message to your fans who are coming out to support you?
Yeah, as always, thank you for the fans for always coming out and supporting me. Always got a massive base. I like to call them the Barbarian Horde that come out to support me. But yes, thank you for all coming and buying a ticket. It means a lot. And if we didn't have the fans, we wouldn't be able to fight. Simple as that.
Mm.
And my sponsors also. The list of sponsors is unbelievable. I will be putting a post up later just thanking all my sponsors with them all listed.
Do you wanna shout any of them out, or do you not want to miss any?
Don't put the pressure on me. I've literally got about 12, and I just literally, I'll be, if I forget one, there'll be hell on.
They know they are though, which is the main thing.
Yeah, they
And
know they are. I'll put some posts on my social media later on. I am quite active with posting my sponsors anyway.
yeah. Yeah, anyone else you want to thank, whether that's your manager, your team, anybody?
Always thank you to the team. We always obviously speak anyway. We're all over the place this weekend, obviously with Connor and Jimmy and myself. So we spread thin, but we're all over the place. They know they put the work in. I always appreciate all the time and effort that they put in, especially to Jace this camp, Jace Cunningham. He's put massive amounts of time in with me, made sure that my camp's gone smoothly. Always thank you for Steffi for sorting the fights out. Yeah, my whole team, my family for always coming, my wife for always holding the fort fight week. Because fight week, we run a gym, and my wife runs the whole gym while I'm trying to make weight. So, big shout out to her. I wouldn't be able to do it without any of us.
And from me, Conan, of course, thank you for your time as always, and go get that win tomorrow night, mate. All the
No
best.
problem. Thank you very much.
Good luck, mate.
See you later.
Bye.